Elizabeth Warren was on The View, and she was breaking down some of the areas of policy that she's pushing for in a primary candidacy. One was the wealth tax, and she had an amazing, concise explanation of what a wealth tax is and what it can actually pay for in America.
Proposal is a 2-cent wealth tax on the top 1/10 of 1%, your 50 millionth and first dollar. You got to pitch in 2 cents and 2 cents for everyone after that. And with that, we can cancel student loan debt for about 95% of the people who have it. It's
wow. And now finally,
but we can do so much more. 2 cents. We can not only do that, we can also provide universal tuition-free technical school, 2-year college, and 4-year college for every one of our kids who wants to get an education. Plus, we can do universal child care for every baby age 0 to 5. Universal pre-K for every 3-year-old and 4-year-old in this country, and raise the wages of every child care worker and preschool teacher to the level.
You know what's going to happen.
So obviously the audience hated that idea, not receptive at all. No, there's lots of cheers for her. That's what you want. I mean, she's going there knowing that all of the candidates are trying to get on The View. Many of them are going on The View, and she was received very well.
Yes, she did very well on The View in general. She also on that appearance outlined her stance on impeachment very clearly.
Was the View audience, were they receptive to impeachment?
But the View audience in the studio, because I am the resident View expert here, the View audience in the studio is very liberal. It's shot in New York, and they always receive Joy and Whoopi way better than they do, and Sunny. And you would see like a great case in proving that is Jedediah Bila, who was on that show and then went to Fox and Friends. She, over her course of her being on the show The View, changed her delivery when she noticed that if she said more libertarian, liberal viewing things, she would get a better response. And now that she's on Fox and Friends, you do not hear that out of her.
And so, because you are our expert, you were sort of joking about that, but you are.
I watched a lot.
So I have a follow-up question that will help us to analyze this presentation of the wealth tax. So you described the audience as more liberal. Are they more liberal or are they more progressive?
The in-studio audience is more liberal. They're not
more
progressive.
old school.
They're
kind
liberal.
of
It's women who went through their moms. They're older skewing moms in the middle of the day. And they skew more like women's liberation movement. Like I fought very hard for this. I watched men tell me what to think all day, and now I have a show where I'm listening to women say things, and I'm glad about that.
Yeah, so I tend to watch this in clip form. Meghan McCain, does she often receive she received well?
She does not. She never receives a standing ovation. Now that's not to say that the viewing audience of The View
in general
is more liberal or not. It's just that in studio, it is a hostile environment to Meghan McCain, and she doesn't make it any easier on herself by being an idiot surrounded by much smarter women in the audience who can see through it.
Okay, and you're saying that as the expert. Let's just acknowledge that. Yeah. Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring that up was we were talking before the show about there you have the wealth tax received well. That's got to be a good sign because that's not something that we have. It's not something that generally been talked about a lot up until January of this year, and already it looks like that's pretty much an electoral winner. But they did talk about other topics, and one was her choosing not to do town halls on Fox. And I think she gave a very good explanation as to why she does not want to do that, having to do with the fact that Fox is, in a very real way, monetizing hate. And a Democratic candidate going on there would help them to make the case to advertisers. It's complicated. I'm not 100% in any direction on this.
That's right. She's
and
right
Meghan
about
McCain
that. Brooke did a good job of explaining that too.
And so Meghan McCain was not having that. And one of my favorite things was they do reaction shots. So I'm Elizabeth Warren. I'm explaining why I'm not going to go on Fox. They shoot to you every once in a while, and she just has this angry, pinched face, like she can't take that someone is disagreeing with her, even while being super nice. Like Elizabeth Warren was complimentary towards Meghan McCain.
Yes, because Elizabeth Warren is a decent person. Meghan McCain is going through a lot, much of which is her fault. The rest is exacerbated by the producers on the show who are reaping quite a benefit out of it. And
out of the conflict you're saying between her and the other hosts.
So Meghan McCain at any moment could say, that's enough, I am a laughing stock, which she is. She is a laughing stock. The producers make her a laughing stock. She's not smart enough to stop being a laughing stock. And that is the strange, sad alchemy of television, especially in the daytime. They have hot topics. They set it up to yell at each other. They give them little blue cards with facts on them. Someone who does their research, like Sunny Host, and everyone who is smart on their feet and knows how to do stuff, they look at their cards occasionally. You'll see them put them down when they don't want to use things. Meghan thinks that these are her get out of jail free facts. And jail for her is thinking. So she doesn't have to think, so she looks at them. She'll get halfway through and sometimes realize that that was set up there and put there by a producer who realizes that she'll read anything on the card. She'll try to think that this is a defense. She doesn't have to come up with some kind of argument. And then everyone will systematically shoot her down. And in Meghan's mind, it's they're all against me. But the truth is, yes, they are against you, but everyone else is just frustrated with you.
Just frustrated, yeah, and so they had a little back and forth. I think Elizabeth Warren did quite well. I get your frustrations with her. I share those frustrations. I am a little bit worried though that if she did step down, there's a 25% chance that Tomi Lahren would end up on there.
It's
so
very, very possible.
Maybe this is better than the alternative.
She's taking her check. Don't feel bad for her.
No, not that bad. I'm feeling more bad for humanity as reflected through her actions and words. Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.